Hello student, today our topic is speed. In this topic we will work out how to define a speed and what is the relationship between time and a speed, and the next one, then after we will find out average speed. With that we will use a fractions form to find out the average speed of that. So in the first one we have to work out the speed units, learn the units of speed. So that's the first thing. Learn the units of speed, and the second thing, in there we will work out the use fraction form because we are using fractions to define the relation between our speed and our time. In the time you can work out in hour. Most likely we are working time in hours. If something are giving in a minutes, so then we have to convert in a hours. If something is giving in more hours or in a second, then we have to convert that into the minute and then after into the an hours. The fraction of an hour to work out our speed. And the third one is we need to find out average speed, and then need to find out a speed with the formula. In that one, when we are finding speed with the formula, with that we are using speed. Sometimes they are saying find out a distance, and sometimes they are saying find out how many miles they have covered in time limit. Because the three things comes. If we need to find out the first thing, then we have to use other two. If we need to find out distance, then we must have speed and time. If we need to find out a time, then we must have a speed and a distance. So before we start, so we are using, first of all, we will write down in a question. Our first question says that a car travels 80 miles in 2 hours. Yeah, so we have to find out what is the average speed of the car. We need to find out what is the average speed of a car. This is one thing. Secondly, give the answer in miles per hour. Per hour. We need to use three things. Now in here we have 80 miles and 2 hours, and we need to find out miles per hour. We know we don't need to do anything with any of this and this, because we have to use conversion or converting something with something if we need that one. If in here they are giving in a minute, then we have to convert first of all into hours, and then we have to work out an average speed. So when we are finding an average speed, which things we have to use it when you find an average speed for an hour. So now you see in here, that's the answer, average speed equals, so you can see that the total distance traveled, that's the total distance our and the total time has been given, the time taken, which is 2 hours. So now we need to write down total distance. We have, what is the total distance? In here 80 miles. And what is the time? In 2 hours. And we have an miles divided by hours, so we will get miles per hour. So we have to divide it. So we will get 40 miles per hour. In 1 hour we have to cover 40 miles, and then obviously second hour we have to cover 40 miles again to cover our distance. So as you know that the speed changes. If you go in here the speedometer, then they changes, like if you can travel, you can say that if the speed is 30 miles, and then you are using more time, you take more time to cover distance from here to here, for example. That's a distance. If you using 40 miles per hour, then you cover distance in less time. Then you cover distance in less than 30 miles cover. If you 50 miles, 60 miles or 70 miles if you are using, then this distance 80 miles per hour distance you can cover easily within 1 hour, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, like that. So whenever your speed increase, your distance and the time will decrease. The distance still remains the same, but your time gonna be decreased. If your speed is less, then you are taking more time to cover that distance. So now we are using another question. There is another one. They were saying a boy traveled 10 miles in 15 minutes. Minutes, right? So they are saying if they travel 15 miles, what is the speed? Give the answer in miles per hour. What is the average speed or a speed give your answer in miles per hour. So now you can see, first of all we need to use a conversion rate. How to convert? We need to use a convert. So first of all, an hour, as you know that when you converting minutes to an hour, what you can find out. So as you know that we have a 15 minutes when you are converting that thing into an hours, so 15 divided by 60. Why 60? Because in 1 hour we have 60 minutes. So 15 divided by 60, we will get 1 over 4, and we will go 0.25 hours. We have converted into an hours. So now we got an hours. Now we got our miles. So now we have to find at every speed. So distance we are traveling and time taken, which is 10 miles over 0.25 mile per hour. 10 divided by 25.25. So if we remove decimals, so how many, if we remove decimals, then we are using how many digits after decimal? We got 2 digits, so we have to add 2 zeros. So we remove that. So when you divide, we will get 40 mile per hour. This is the average speed of an hour. So we are moving to another example. They are saying a girl runs 12 kilometers in 1 hour 30 minutes. Work out average speed and give your answer in a kilometer per hour. So kilometer per hour. First of all, what we have to do before that? First we write down our question here. So a girl run 12 kilometers in 1 hour. 1 hour 30 minutes. So work out average speed. And give your answer kilometer per hour. So first of all, same thing we need to do. 1 hour 30 minutes, we have to convert that thing into an hours. How we can find out 1 hour 30 minutes into an hours? So now 1 hour 30 minutes means is equal to 1.5 hours. How? Because as you know that 1 hour, in 1 hour, how many 30 minutes? 2 times 30 minutes. 30 minutes and 30 minutes. That gives you a 60 minutes. 60 minutes is giving you a 1 hour. Same thing is happen. If the 60 minutes giving you 1 hour, so as you know that a half of this will be half of that. So this is 0.5 an hour. Half an hour. So we are using 1.5. So we have found our that value. So now second thing, how we can convert, or the second way you can do that, you already know 1 hour is 1 hour. You need to use 30 minutes. So how you can use 30 minutes to an hour? So you can say that 30 divided by 60. So that becomes 1 over 2, which is 0.5 hours. 0.5 hours. And then 1 hour and 0.5 hour, that becomes 1.5 hours. So now we have to find our average speed. When you find our average speed, so 12 kilometer divided by 1.5. Now you can see in here, when you divide 0.52, what is the answer then? That becomes, if you're removing, first of all you need to remove point, decimal. When you do decimal, how many digits after decimal? Only one. So 15 there, we have to add 0 in here. 120 divided by 15, and you will get 8 kilometer per hour. This is the answer. Or you can say that in here. 15 times 8 is giving you 40, 120. So this is the answer. Now we are moving to our formula, and we will discuss how we can find out our speed, distance and our time. With these we will use our formula now. So we are using a diagram to use it like that, in a triangle shape. So when you are finding distance, then you are using speed and a time. So it's mean D is stand for distance, S stand for speed, and T stands for a time. If you remember these three things, how we can write down in a triangular shape, so they're going to be more easy. So distance is divided, you can say that distance equals time, speed and times. That's one thing. This is one formula you can work out. If this is given, speed is given and time is also given, then we have to find out distance. If the distance given, time given, speed not given, then we have to rearrange this formula. How we can rearrange that formula? Like that. If we need to find our speed, then distance, time is multiplied, then time gonna be divide. This is another formula. This is one formula. This is second formula. If we need to find out time, then same thing. Time still remains there and speed will divide by distance. These are the three formulas to work out our speed, distance and time. Again, one more thing. Whatever else speed is given in a miles, so you have to write down in a miles or convert it. If a time is in a minutes, then you have to convert it in an hours. If the distance is given in a kilometer, then you must have to write down in a kilometers, or if they write down in a meters, though you have to convert into meters also. Now we are moving to our question. So let's see. The question says that a person traveled 45 miles in 2 hours. In 2 hours, and then a further 30 miles in 1 hour. And further 30 miles in 2 hours. Calculate the average speed for the whole journey. Calculate the average speed of the whole journey. So in here there's two things given. One is a 40 miles in 2 hours and 30 miles in 1 hour. This is 1 hour. So as you know that total distance travel, what is the total distance travel there? So first of all you need to write down total distance. (40 miles, 45 miles plus 30 miles, that becomes 75 miles. And the total time taken, which is 2 hours plus 1 hour, 3 hours. So average speed is total distance and total time, which is 75 divided by 3 mile per hour. When you divide, that becomes 5 miles per hour. So 25 miles per hour is the average speed. So every hours they travel about 25 miles, 25 miles, 25 miles to comes up to 75 miles. So now we are moving our another example which shows it. The average speed of a train of the journey is 120 km per hour. So now the time taken is 2.5 hours. How far is the journey? So this is, we are using in this one average speed of a train on a journey average speed of a train on a journey is 122 km per hour. The time taken (2.5 hours). So how far is the journey? So we need to find out how far is the journey. We need to find out the distance. So as you know that in here, so in here speed is given, which is 120 km per hour, and the time is given is 2.5 hour, 2.5 hours, and the distance we need to find out, which is not given. So distance is equal to speed times by times. So you will see 120 times 2.5. You will see total distance when you're traveling, that becomes 240. 240 at 60, which is 300 kilometer. So this is the distance is traveled, 300 kilometer. So the last one, and then our topic gonna be that finish, and then you can do some more practice at home. A woman drives and average speed is 60 km per hour. At an average speed, km/h, the time, so how long it will take her to travel 75 kilometers. So how long will it take her? How long will it take her to travel 75 kilometer? Give your answer in hours and minutes. So here, so three things. In three things, we got two things in here. The solution, so speed is given, which is 60 km/h, and distance is also given. Total distance is 75 km. So we need to find out our time. We haven't got any time in here. So as you know that the formula says that the distance is equal to speed by time. If you need to find out a time, then distance traveled by speed. So distance is our 75, and then this is speed. So when we divide, we will get our value in hours. So we are dividing that value. So with 325, 320, 5,554. So we go 5/4. So that becomes, when you divide 5/4, 1 multiplier and 1 is a reminder. So 1/1 this, that's a whole. Wholes is stand for 1 hour, and 1/4 is stand for a minutes. So 1 hours, we can divide that. That becomes 1 point, which is 25. 25 is a quarter. Quarter minutes in 1 hour. How many quarter in 1 hour? This is 1 hour clock. If you half of it, this means 30 minutes, 30 minutes. If you again half of it, this is 1 quarter. 1 quarter is 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So that we can say that in here. But we have to show in hours. So 1 hour and 15 minute. So this is our answer. I hope you liked our video, and please write down in the comments, and if you need any more help, so just write down a message and then do some more practice through your textbook. Thank you very much.